B Lit Eye.
Trunks in the building.
And it's your boy Jay Jakes. What's good?
And we have a special guest in the building. She is here. She does pole dancing, belly dancing, SAG Africa acting. SAG actor. Okay, we're gonna get into that. We're gonna clarify that.
Okay.
Miss Burlesque herself. She's here to talk about it all, whatever you want to talk about. She's gonna take questions, comments, whatever. The lovely Miss Cashel Campbell.
Hello. Good night, everybody. Thanks for having me.
You are welcome. So Cash, what's going on?
What's up, man?
Been a long time.
My goodness.
You know?
What do you go by on here so I can get it right?
Ace Boogie.
Okay, Ace Boogie. I knew you when you were Dave.
I know.
Working in the hospital, right?
No doubt.
That's cool. Those are cool days.
Definitely good time. Long time ago.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, we are here.
Yeah.
First thing I want to talk about this pole dancing.
Okay. Let's get straight to it.
Yeah, let's get straight to the point. We
Jump
not
in. Chunks.
no corners.
Don't relax.
You know what I mean?
Now.
Chime in,
Yeah.
fam.
All right.
You know, definitely chime in. So, pole dancing.
Yes.
How did this come about?
Oh my God. So when I used to go to the strip club, right? and
Okay,
just
which
chill.
one?
What strip club that I used to go to back in the day? Warehouse in Brooklyn.
Okay,
a long
okay.
time ago.
I know you're BK. You do a lot of things in BK. I know that.
Yeah. And I used to bartend in a strip club
Okay.
when I was in my early 20s. And I would always catch myself like just being fascinated with the chicks doing things on the pole, you know? And I was like, well, can't be a stripper. My father's gonna knock me down.
Right.
You know, but not a problem at all. But it always stayed with me. And back then they didn't really have like pole classes. You know, that wasn't really the move at the moment. And so once it started to become like the wave, I was like, oh, I'm there. So I think like 09, I started taking classes. And I just love it. It's such a good workout. Like, it's real. You know what I mean? But then you get to fuse feeling sexy and sweat and all that. It's good.
It's a little roused up, huh?
Ready. Whipped and ready. We a bunch of savages in that gym. I'm telling you. It's bad.
Now, are you a teacher or?
No, I'm not teaching it.
You're not teaching?
No,
Okay.
I'm just taking it. I don't even think I would want to teach it. And if I do, it would be a long time from now. I just enjoy doing it for myself. You know.
It's a good workout too.
Yeah, it's good.
Like you said.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's good.
Absolutely. That's what's up. That's what's up.
But yeah, so that's how I'm always challenging myself as an artist. You know, I started out being an actor when I was a kid. I got into SAG, which is the Screen Actors Guild. I did things on PBS and movies and stuff like that. And my parents didn't necessarily appreciate the business in terms of me being a child. And they were like, nah, dead that. When you become an adult, if you want to do it again, you can.
I mean, yeah, because you didn't want to be one of those kid stars, you know, that go left. Because a lot of them go
Where are
left.
they now?
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I appreciate their foresight, you know what I mean, and insight. And,
Shout out to your parents.
Word. What up? And then when I got into my 20s, I started to dabble in it some more, doing some background work, some stand-in work, different films and things like that. And you know, I love the industry in terms of being able to be creative and find different ways to be creative. But I don't like what it could do to you as a person. You know, you see a lot of stars that are like on drugs and, you know, they're whacked out. You know what I'm saying?
True indeed.
It's like if you don't have a strong sense of self, then any job you go into, but especially that one's going to sabotage the shit out of you. And I identified with that. And I was like, well, you know, I want to be an entertainer and I want to be a performer, but I also need to solidify my spirit. And so I decided, all right, I'm going to continue to perform, do what I do, and I'm going to get my master's degree in dance movement therapy. And because I love dance movement therapy. It's a part of creative arts therapy. And I just completed my degree. I'm working on my thesis right now.
Nice.
Yeah. And that I feel good about. I feel close to home with that I can do that until I'm old and gray. Right. And I'm fine. I don't need to be judged, and I'm not skinny enough, and I'm not this, you know. The business is rough. It's rough.
Nah, but do you plan to open up your own business with the whole dancing thing?
Well, right now, the business that I do have, I have a sole proprietorship. It's called Dancing with Cashel Campbell. And underneath that, I perform belly dance and I teach belly dance. I also perform burlesque, which is striptease and cabaret. And I'm going to find a way, once I become licensed as a therapist, I'm going to bring that underneath my proprietorship also. So I'll have my own practice.
There's a lot going on.
Yeah.
I know, I see that, man.
Yeah.
That's definitely what's up.
I'm focused.
Yeah, it seems like that, man.
I'm
That's
focused.
what's up.
Yeah.
Got to be driven. You
Yeah.
know?
Absolutely.
Yeah, so you know, I mean, like when did you know that this is something that you wanted to do?
I knew that when I started going to Nassau in '99.
Mhm.
I wanted to be a dancer, and I didn't have the confidence. Okay, shout out to everybody who just started school this semester. Whatever you really want to do, just do it, please. Don't waste the credits and the withdrawals, because you're gonna wind up doing it anyway. Yeah, the tuition. Don't do it. Just go ahead and do it. But I knew it from the beginning. I just was scared. I was like, oh, I can't do that. So I changed all these majors and just kept changing majors. And then when I got out of college, I had gotten really sick. I went to Panama for vacation.
Mm-hmm.
Got bit by a mosquito. I got malaria.
Ooh, get out of here.
Yeah, and that was a battle. It was a struggle because malaria take you out. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
And I remember I prayed and I was like, God, if you get me through this, whatever it is I really want to do, I'm gonna go do it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's really what pushed me to just like, all right, I want to be this dancer and I want to perform and create. I'm gonna do it. So
What's up?
yeah.
Wow, yeah, malaria. That's something serious, man.
Very.
A lot of people don't have that type of experience.
No.
So after feeling something like that, would you
Yeah.
feel like you're on borrowed time, or you feel?
Yeah, I
like,
did for a while.
Okay.
It's crazy. I couldn't relax, yo.
Yeah.
I was like a fucking idiot, just going like I gotta do this and I gotta do that, because I felt this pressure,
Mhm.
And I'd say in the past couple of years, it's calmed itself down. Like you're good, like you're right. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
when your life is on the line, it will activate you to do whatever it is you really want to do.
Right, exactly.
You know what I mean?
You never know.
You don't.
You listen to In the Loop right now, YakRadio.com. We got the lovely Kashelle Campbell in the building with us.
Hey.
That number to call in is 1-877-760-1422. Miss Kashelle's in the building with us. So now with the whole burlesque thing,
Yes.
I saw pictures of you dancing with like
You
fruit
can
on,
look me in the eye with this. Don't be afraid of it. Go ahead, go.
with like fruit on. Like,
Yeah.
what was that about? How did that feel being on stage,
Yeah.
basically nude with fruit covering your body?
Right. Okay. Well, let's talk about it.
Uh-huh.
So I'm really inspired. I get a lot of my inspiration from artists of the past, like Josephine Baker,
Okay.
Miles Davis, Nina Simone. I identify with their creativity. And the minute I identify with something, I want to recreate it in my own way. That particular piece you saw was another person I identify with, Carmen Miranda, who was a Latin star in like the 40s, I feel like. She used to dance with a fruit basket on her head in all the Hollywood movies. She was Brazilian. She was just such a beautiful character. And when I saw her, I was like, oh, I would love to recreate that in my own way. So it's a salsa inspired piece. And I come out, I call it Chiquita Bonita, and I come out and I'm dancing. I have my maracas. And then at the time, some things get lost in the audience, you know what I'm saying? And then next thing you know, you just got a lot of thickness and titties, but the nipples are covered.
Okay.
That's a part of burlesque, and the cat is covered. But it's all for fun. Like I love burlesque. It's a fine line between like stripping per se. It has the strip element, but then there's a theatrical part to it too. So it's nice.
But at the end of the day, you are an actress.
Yeah.
Perform an artist.
Absolutely.
Right. So,
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, we're not one of these ratchet chicks out here.
Nah.
Just shaking your ass, your cat.
And you know what? Let me say
There's
this.
a difference.
There is a difference, but I do feel like
IG models and all that.
all right, okay, hold on. All right, some of them didn't have no love. Be nice. I'm gonna say this. I don't degrade or put down any woman who's using her body to make money, because that's the first form of employment.
Right.
She's doing it for a reason, and it might get her to where she needs to be. Are there other choices? Absolutely.
Right.
And I think that strippers get a bad rap because they actually are doing real work. Wow. Except for starlets. Step your game up.
Oh,
But,
damn.
Taking shots, man.
No, I mean, like,
me.
you go. I want to see some tricks. Like Sin, I love Sin City. Like they're in there doing the work. Like
Yeah.
tricks galore.
Okay.
Starlets is just
Shout out to Sin City.
right. Yeah, Starlets is just like you got a big butt and I'm just gonna dunk it and come on, get on that pole, work.
Shout out to Stadium. That's
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
you
I
already
agree.
know.
Definitely.
Facts.
Chunks.
Facts.
I
Come
knew
on,
it was
man.
from the beginning. Yeah. Shout out to Charlie at Stadium. She's the truth. But
So what's your favorite strip club?
I don't think I have one. I mean, in New York, I would say Sin. Sin is like Stadium. I enjoy Stadium too. I don't really have a favorite. I haven't been in a while, but Pinups I used to like in Atlanta.
Okay.
I mean,
Yeah.
the real strip clubs in the South.
Look here. I
You
just
feel
came
me?
back from New Orleans. I went to this strip club called Shishi down there.
Mhm.
There's fake asses everywhere. It's like
Fake?
Fake.
Yeah.
That was not crawfish. That was fake. Like y'all supposed to be known for something.
Right.
Wasn't impressed.
So they're not really thinking that it's sticking down there?
They were thick, but this fake butt thing is real. Like it's pervasive.
Yeah.
Be careful to all of you in this
Definitely.
room.
Yeah, you're catfishing these dudes, huh?
You know what I mean?
Be careful. Don't be catfish.
Word.
Most definitely right about that. So let me ask you something.
Mhm.
Like, you know, like you said, stripping could also be confused
Right.
with cabaret dancing and
Right.
also performing arts.
Right.
Has that ever affected like the relationship that you have with men?
Can I tell you? You know what? Yes. To answer your question, yes. And I was just telling a friend of mine today, a homeboy of mine, like, you know, last dude I was with, he waited until the relationship was over to tell me, I can't deal with what you do. You know, it's a long time to tell me that. You know what I mean? 5, 6 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So y'all was serious.
Yeah.
Exclusive,
You
basically.
say that. Say that.
5, 6 years. Shit.
It was
Round some more men together.
look here. I'm gonna call it what
Next
it
level
is.
shit.
It was a lot of off and on again. I can see where I violated myself because I was better than that, than to be with a man off and on. I'm worthy of a committed relationship.
Right.
So I disrespected myself. You know what I mean? But where he's concerned, yeah, like it was at the end. But it's not that. It's just, you know, I have yet to meet someone who's completely supportive. I'll put that out. And it'll happen. I'm not worried about it.
Exactly.
Real men are built every day, so it's fine. You know.
Definitely.
So, but yeah, I love it. I love what I do. Just a short plug. Starting tomorrow in Queens, in the Queens Library System, I'll be teaching belly dance classes Monday, Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Saturdays at Laurelton Library, Queens Village Library, Bayside, and Rochdale Village. And it's free to the public. You can come and learn the belly dance and get close to your Kundalini energy and your hips and your pelvic floor and learn all about this sensual femininity that I'm so close to. So all you got to do is just go online to the Queens Library System and sign up, or you can check me out at CashellCampbell.com.
Can anybody just walk in?
No, you got to register.
Yeah, register. Don't walk in.
Yeah.
Motherfuckers, you trying to walk in, make sure
No.
you register online.
Register first.
Exactly.
You can call and register, but CashellCampbell.com has a contact profile. You can contact me and I'll give you information.
Black people always trying to just walk up somewhere,
Word.
man.
Right,
Then they always late.
Always late. The show be starting already.
Word. I'm like, nigga, we made it. No, you didn't make it.
No, you
Late.
know, mess it up for everybody.
But now that's what's up. The lovely Cashel Campbell's in the building. She's chopping up with your boys here in the loop on yakradio.com. You know, we about to go a little break real quick. We're gonna come back with a little bit from Miss Campbell. We're gonna get into a little bit more exclusive stuff.
Yeah, man.
You know, we are here.
That's what we do. Chunk, you too quiet.
He too cool, man. He
It's
ain't
all
too quiet.
good.
He too cool, man. You know what I mean? He ain't too quiet.
You know, we about to go on break. Me and Jay about to play a joint for y'all. You know what I mean? It's your boy Ace Boogie right here.
It's be lit out.
Chunks in the building.
And Cashel here.
My man Jay doing 1 and 2. Number to call in is 1-877-760.
YakRadio.com.
We are in the building. Your boy is back.
You know, it's your boy be lit Zive. We ain't going nowhere. We still here.
Got Chunks in the building. Oh yeah, J Jigs right here.
It's Cash Money.
Oh,
That's my little hardcore name.
cash money.
Cash Money.
Oh, she switched it on us. I mean, she about to go on the underground.
Uh-oh.
What she say?
She about to get dirty south on us.
Yeah, man.
Nah, that's what's up. Miss
So,
Cash Money.
you know, I'm asking you a question that
Yes.
a lot of the viewers probably want to know right now. They see such a, a beautiful lady like
Yeah.
yourself, somebody that's spiritual,
Afrocentric.
Afrocentric, somebody that has a lot of things going for herself.
Yes.
So I'm sure the people want to know, are you single? Are you taken? Are you spoken for?
I am very single and happy about that.
She said
good.
very single.
Yeah.
There's a difference between being very single and just a little bit single.
Yes. A little single is like you still tie yourself to something.
Mhm.
Very single is like you're not tied to anything.
So you're not tied to anything. You single, try to mingle.
Word. Yeah, I'm
So-
good.
One night fling, you ain't trapping nobody with the ring.
There it is. There it is. I'm trying to steer clear of all of that for sure.
All right, so help some of the men out, man. What is it that somebody successful like yourself?
Mhm.
There's a lot of successful black women
Mm-hmm.
that's doing things that they're single,
Mhm.
and a lot of black men don't know how to approach them.
Okay.
How would you help a man approach someone like yourself?
First thing I would say is confidence.
Mhm.
And that's not to be misconstrued with arrogance. I think every woman of any race or stature appreciates a confident man who's comfortable in his skin, doesn't have anything to prove, and is humble, good sense of humor. Somebody who's earnest and forthright. Those classic things, like it's nothing fancy.
You see how they say that, right?
Mhm.
But then a lot of women or whatever, you see the type of men that they with,
Right.
and it's completely different than what they describing.
Absolutely.
You understand what I'm
happens.
saying? So let me ask you this.
Mhm.
How much does like looks, perception, and how much does that play into the equation of how somebody needs to approach you? Let's say a man, a humble guy,
Mhm.
doesn't have the nicest clothes or whatever. He
Mhm.
does have a nice conversation or something like that. How does that play out to somebody that is somebody that you're attracted to? How does that play out?
I think attraction is really based on chemistry, honestly. I think you can't, like there's someone I know, I'm not going to go into it deeply, but this gentleman likes me, but we have no chemistry.
Mhm.
And I'm a very passionate woman. I would delude myself to be with a man and have no chemistry with him. It's important. And I think that is unspoken. I don't think that has anything to do with a man looks like or what he has. I think that's important on its own. And then, you have some women out here who are like hell bent on looks and money and all that, and then you have women like myself where I want to connect to a man's spirit. That's what I connect to. Like somebody my father raised me, my mother too, but my father primarily raised me. And he's a very good man. He treated me very well. He's very down to earth. He gave me the best. It would behoove me to be with a man and not go with the same thing. I'd be selling myself short, so I'm not necessarily like hell bent on looks and money and all of that, but then the necessities need to be there. You need to provide and protect
Resources.
Yeah, don't look for me to do your job. I know my role. Know your role. That's important too. You know what I mean?
You hear that, fellas? Know your role.
Yeah.
Know your role.
Yeah.
That's staying lame, man.
Know your role. All right. So being that you said,
That's
the
real
whole
talk.
thing- Exactly, no doubt. The whole thing about chemistry and everything.
Mhm.
Like, so say you meet a guy, right?
Right.
Good chemistry.
Mhm.
The vibe is good.
Mhm.
But then when it's time to get down with the get down,
Right.
that shit is whack. So what happens next?
Good chemistry. We're not gonna have no whack sex.
So what if he nothing in 1.5 seconds? I mean,
That could be worked on.
that can be worked
That
on.
could be worked on.
Explain, how can that be worked on?
All right. Well,
Let all the Minutemen, let all the men that's out there that's Minutemen, let them know how can that be worked
Minutemen,
on.
do me a favor and pull close.
Yeah.
So there's a spiritual understanding about ejaculation. Okay, that if a man is not in control of himself, then the woman is in control of him, and she's in control of his nut too. So when you're not solidly in control of yourself, then you are going to come fast. You're not confident. You're all wrapped up into this woman and her pussy, its juices, her fatty,
You can curse.
you know what I mean? All that shit. And you're not in touch with your role. I think roles are so important. You know what I mean? Like, if you're a king, be a king. Do what a king does. You know what I mean? Stay there. And then let me be a queen and do what a queen does. And then we can merge and create some like opulent shit. But I think when people don't know their role, it fucks with you. Because sex it's in your head, man. It's in your head. And if you feel like let's say you're not being the most providing of a man. You lost your job, you know what I mean? You're not feeling the most confident. That's gonna affect the bedroom. You know what I mean? So I think it's more than just laying down and getting it up. You have to be in control of yourself.
So I mean, the way you make it seem
Mm.
is that you've been with people from different spectrums.
Mhm.
You've been with people that obviously, you know, as you know, basically satisfied with where they are in life,
Mhm.
and they have confidence
Mhm.
in what they do. And you're saying that some of them are more confident in bad as opposed to others who are not doing the same thing.
Yeah, I think it's a clear distinction. I think, and not just from my experience, but vicariously through my girlfriends, you know, my family relatives. We always talk about men.
Y'all talk.
Yeah, y'all talk too though, which is to me is like more ratchet than I'll talk. But anyway,
So let me ask you this: how much does a man equipment have to play in with?
you don't even need
how
to finish
good
that
the sex is?
statement. I pray for a man with a big dick. I am not disillusioned. Okay. For the rest of y'all out there who want to pretend like it matters to me. I don't need to go to the hospital every time we lay down, but I need something sizable. That's for sure. I'm not.
What's the feasible size? What's sizable?
I've never been good at that, like with the inches and stuff. But I would say like something thick, you know, and heavy, with like, you know, with a fat head, like, and some chunky balls. Like that's a good combination.
That could
Right,
mean
Chuck?
so much.
No doubt.
That could mean so much right now.
Yeah.
You got like a hand demonstration or anything to tell us the size?
I have tiny hands, so I don't want to disrespect my potential man's endowment. But you know, like a well harvested cucumber.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
By the way, if you go to Vimeo.com and Google Mina Maneater, that is my burlesque stage name. I have a really cute piece where I do some things with a cucumber. So Google that. Vimeo.com and search in Mina Maneater, MEANA Maneater.
Listen,
Okay, fellas.
wait. You said that a little bit too fast.
Okay.
You know people slow.
Yeah.
This time of night, man.
Yeah.
We've been working, we ready for the week.
Okay.
Slow down
Yeah.
and say that one more time.
So on Vimeo.com, I have a channel for my burlesque acts, and my name as a burlesque dancer is Mina Maneater, and that's MEANA Maneater. And I have a piece on there. It's called Summertime. I won't give it away because it's pleasurable to watch, but I have my cucumber, and we have a good time together. It's cute, so check it out.
Now, wow, what's my train of thought?
Focus, stay in your role. See, it's that easy.
Oh man,
Get back in that loop, man.
gotta get back in the loop. Yeah, we have been bugging having a good time, man. That's what's up. But now you say with men, right?
Mhm.
Did you find that they perform better at certain positions, or does it matter? Missionary, doggy style, cowboy riding.
I think that matters. I think it's to each his own. I mean, like if you're talking about penis size, that's another factor. Like if a man has a small penis, then there's going to be only certain positions that he can do.
Go ahead.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
If he has a like really like monstrosity, there's going to be some shit that he can't do. You know, average guy's got an average dick, so you can pretty much do anything. But it's the willingness to be open to it. A lot of men aren't very willing to try new things.
So
I mean, it's different. I mean, all women are built different.
Yes, it's true.
You know, I mean,
I can only speak from my perspective.
exactly. I mean, everybody in this room could vouch for your thickness. You know what I mean? So I'm sure that a man coming from the back gonna have to be a little bit bigger, messing with you.
He just
Then
got to.
will messing with somebody
He
else.
just got to
So,
make
you know,
sure he took
I mean,
his herbs for the day. You know, took his baba roots and himself a little Guinness, mix a little condensed milk inside, and you know, be strong and ripe and ready.
I hear that.
all right. So have you ever had intercourse with a man who's had a big penis
Mm-hmm.
that didn't satisfy you?
No,
No.
no.
All right.
You know, I think it's important. I think it's
Represent
important
him.
for women to be vocal and not hurtful. Like I dated a guy once who had a small penis, and his ex-girlfriend was like really hurtful about it. Like she told him straight up, like, you want shit, your dick is, and it's like, come on, you ain't got to do all of that. You know what I mean? But I think it's important, whether no matter the size, to be forthright. Like if something doesn't feel good, then you say it. Or if you want more of something, then you say that too, you know? So
So let me ask you this: can a man with a smaller size penis
Mhm.
satisfy you?
Me?
Yes.
No, not this girl right here. No. DJ, yes.
So you trying to say, all right, so what would you rather have? A man with a bigger penis who's gonna go for 2 minutes, or a man with a small penis or an advertised penis that can go 10, 15 minutes?
The big penis can learn. We can teach him.
You can teach.
Yeah.
Like you said earlier.
That's
Okay.
right.
You did elaborate on that.
Yeah,
All right.
we can teach. You know.
So big is definitely better.
Absolutely. Not monstrosity, but you know.
You see, now it's arbitrary when you start talking about lines, small, big,
Yeah.
large,
Right.
monstrosity.
Right. I mean, monstrosity is like, that's just not fair, you know.
It's just it ain't fair.
I don't want to even be near it. That's just, you may as well just have a small penis. It's too much.
All right.
All right.
Yeah.
So how do you feel? Because I see now a lot on the social media, like guys are posting pictures of other men, just posting a flick of a porn star going down on a female.
Right.
Now, what stimulates you more? Does going down or the penetration?
Well, me personally, I think that it depends on the mood. You know what I mean? I think that there's a good amount of women out there like myself who enjoy fellatio, like who enjoy it, not because they were asked to do it, but because they like it. And sometimes it's more pleasurable than sex. Like, you don't want to have sex. I just want to suck your dick. Like, sometimes that's what it is, and then sometimes penetration is what you need. Sometimes you need a little bit of both, but I don't know. I think I'm actually going to post this on one of my social media sites because I'm curious about other women who, like myself, I'm not that crazy about head. Like, it's not
giving or getting?
Receiving.
Okay.
And I'd really like to be. I'd like to be. I'd like to be. And I'm sure I'm not the only girl like that. I'm sure. So anyway, I think it's.
So you don't mind going down?
No, not if I'm in a relationship with someone.
But you have to be feeling guy. You're just not going down on the first night.
No.
Okay.
Oh God, no.
Well, what if the vibes are there, the chemistry there, everything is clicking, the stars are aligned.
Right.
When it's time to get down, they go back to your crib or you go back to his, vice versa, or the telly.
Right.
And the lights is out.
Right.
It's that first night.
Right.
So you're not going down at all.
You know what I'm gonna do, right?
What you gonna do?
I'm gonna stay in my lane, in my role.
Oh.
I gotta hold that.
Okay.
Self-control.
Damn.
I mean, people say roles and stuff like that, but you could be playing the role of somebody that's gonna do it on the first night. You know what I mean?
Could be. That could be it too.
You know what I mean?
I'm gonna be honest though. That doesn't tickle my fancy. I don't know. I don't like that. I'm not with it. I'm not gonna say it's never happened in my life, and if it has, I've made sure it hasn't repeated itself.
So you've never been one-nighted?
I don't like it.
No, you've never been one-nighted. Never?
It's not my thing.
Oh, okay.
It's not my thing.
I mean, it makes sense, but at the same time, you seem like a sensual person. You seem like you go off of vibes.
Right.
And it's like, it seemed like you're the type of person that could meet somebody the first day, but at the same time, you feel like your spirits and your vibes or whatever.
Sex is like, I'm not going to say where I am now is where I've always been. You know what I mean? I think there's a really nasty stigma. Like, and these are part of the issues I have with hip hop. As much as I love hip hop, I don't like what hip hop does to women. I don't like the bitch this and all. Like, I don't like that shit.
Right.
Like, people are people, and some men are degrading themselves and women degrade themselves, but it shouldn't lay all what I'm saying. And I think that because a woman might be sexual and sexually curious and sexually powerful, it doesn't make me a whore. It doesn't make me anything but a human with a sex drive, So I'm not going to say who I am now is who I've always been. I was younger. I used to experiment in things, fine, like we all have. But where I am right now, I'm more comfortable with knowing a man personally before I lay down with him. Because the reality is that when you start swimming in other people's semen and other people's juices, that's their spirit. You're taking that in. And that's how I've learned it. And that's how I regard it. And I think, like, when you know better, you got to do better. You can't just know it and not practice. So you just, I chill. Don't, I find ways to make it work. I was telling y'all on the break, I watch porn. Like, the fuck? Like, I make it work out. You know what I mean? But I'm not that inclined anymore to just be getting physical. Like, there's so much more. You could be laying with someone you don't even like them. You don't know what their story is. You know what I mean? And I think for women, especially, A lot of women, and I've done it in my past as well, you play this role like, yeah, I can fuck you and it's nothing. No, it hurts. When he don't call you the next day, it hurts your feelings.
Yeah.
And when you don't hear from him when the week is out, it hurts your feelings. So stop playing. You know, you're not built like that.
So these chicks out here pump faking, basically. That's what
You
you're
pump
saying.
faking or you pump faking or you prostituting because now he bought you shoes so it makes it okay, or you know, it's all kinds of stories.
How do you feel about that? Like the chicks who have sex, you know, they don't consider themselves prostitutes, but they're like, I'm gonna get his cat some.
Yeah.
But he gonna buy me these shoes. He's gonna get me this Gucci bag, this Louis bag.
Is that her man or just a dude?
Just a dude,
You're
not
a
a man.
prostitute.
You're a prostitute.
Yeah.
Well, I look at it like this too. I'm sorry, I'm not looking at it from a female perspective.
Right.
I'm looking at it as a male perspective.
Right.
It's like, what price do you put on your vagina?
There you go.
It's the same thing as a man. What price
Absolutely.
are you putting on your penis?
Yes.
You feel
Exactly.
me?
I agree with you.
You know what I mean? So it's like, catch $300 for. I don't
I
give
agree.
a fuck if the bag is $10,000.
Right.
That's what you're gonna put the price on your being?
Well, I mean,
$10,000? Like, that's ridiculous.
well, we live in a space where there's a monetary price for everything like that.
Yeah.
And that's what people are taught. And so they believe that. Like I tell my male friends all the time, have some pride in your dick. You don't gotta fuck everybody. Like, please relax. You know what I mean? Like, it's just calm down. You know what I'm saying? It's practice some self-control. It's amazing. You know, me coming into the space that I'm in my life, like practicing self-love and practicing caring about myself. I fall in love with myself every day. And I know it might sound like, you know, bizarre, but it's great. That's why I say, like, I'm very single because I'm happy with me. And if I'm going to be with a man, he needs to be someone who can add to me and be happy, you know, with me as well.
That's a good thing that you said, because I mean, self-love is like a filter.
Word.
You know what I mean? Because like a lot of women, they can be pretty. You look at them, you think they're the most gorgeous girls in the world, but if they don't have self-love, a lot of times they can fall for anything.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So it's like you could tell them anything and they'll fall for it.
Yeah.
But somebody who loves themselves, you got to come correct with them.
Absolutely.
You definitely got to come correct.
And it's the same for the dudes too. I think a lot of men are disillusioned into thinking that because they sleep with a lot of women that they're just doing what they're supposed to be doing. No, you don't. There's a level of self-respect you're missing. You don't need to do that to yourself. You know what I'm saying? And I think it's both sides. It's male and female. It's like, yo, take a pause, find out who you are, why you are, figure out what you really want, and then move accordingly. But don't let your organs dominate you. And if you must, then jump on a fucking stage like I do, because I'm horny as hell. And so because of that, I'm gonna jump on a pole when I exercise. I'm gonna get on the stage and do my thing. Like, that's how I work out my sensuality.
So when you're pole dancing,
Mhm.
what's your state of mind like when you're up there pole dancing and doing the burlesque?
Mhm.
Like, what are you thinking?
Or are you thinking about a specific man, or you just thinking about yourself? You thinking about arousing men, or you know what's going on in your mind?
Usually, if I'm doing pole, I call it the pole gym. You know, we go to the gym or whatever.
Mhm.
It's training. I don't even, you know, that shit is athletic. It's really athletic, and you have to build your muscles up to the strength that you need it to be. So usually when I'm there, I'm really focused on like body alignment and pushing myself past the pain, because it hurts. Like, that pole burns the shit out of your skin. These bruises all over you. Yes, like, it's not, you know, it ain't for the faint of heart. You got to be in it, you know?
That's so funny. You explaining that,
Yeah,
and you know, a man with a with a mind of a pervert mind.
yeah.
The same thing that you just explained, they think it's sexually too. You talking about- I'm over here like,
Right. She
all
did
right.
say that shit about the big dicks. She gotta breathe through that shit. So that's usually what's on my mind there.
Yeah.
And then with burlesque and belly dance, I'm usually thinking about how much eye contact I can make with people, how much I can connect with you, like how much I can be in this moment with you, and really how many women, in general, but mostly women of color, I can inspire to love themselves just the way that they are. That's usually what's on my mind.
Okay.
Yeah.
So because I know you have to sustain stamina and
Mhm.
energy. You know, what's the workout regimen that you
That I'm on.
that you're on to?
I train 3 to 4 days a week. So I work out 2.5 hours a day, 3 to 4 days a week.
Okay.
And then I run rehearsals on my own time twice a week as well.
What kind of workout? What are you working out? What's the core?
The pole that's some of it. Belly dance is another. Yoga I do. Ballet is another.
How about
So,
Pilates? Pilates?
a little bit. My warm up is Pilates. It has some Pilates and yoga in it also. But it's usually a lot of core strength, like a lot of core training. You know, ballet is a wonderful workout. Like I love it. It trains your posture and everything to like lift up and be strong. So that's one of my main go-tos.
You said you've been dancing since you was a kid.
Yeah, it's forever. It's in me.
It's in
Like,
you, yeah.
This is my thing.
So you know.
That's all I know. That's all I can do. Only be who I am. Right, Chunks?
You got the lovely Miss Michelle here with us, chopping up with us in the loop on yakradio.com.
You didn't ask me my favorite hip hop album.
We're gonna get into that.
Okay.
My man, we about to go on a little break real quick. We're gonna play one joint jigs. We about to get into it, boy.
We're about to get into this Maffy joint. My man Maffy. Shout out to my reggae artists out there in Long Island. You know what I mean?
Maffy, shout out to Maffy, our first guest ever in the loop.
Oh yeah, definitely. You know what I mean? He hopped on his Try Me beat. You know what I mean? To put his little twist to it. So
Body.
let's get into that real quick.
Shout out to
What was he? Our first artist to come up in?
our first artist, man. Our first guest.
What you about me?
He Jamaican. You know what I mean?
Yeah, of course.
He with that dancer. He from Mind Dance, Shout out to Crown Dance. He originally from Jamaica though, but he do his thing out in Mind Dance. I know I heard about Mind Dance over the weekend. Stabbing at the homecoming. Cats out there crazy, man. In Suffolk County.
Huntington Station too, man.
Yeah.
Every time I look in the damn paper, I see something about them niggas, man. What the fuck?
Wow.
Suffolk out there. They
Everybody's
wild
a
out there,
thug,
Suffolk.
young
Yeah,
thug.
exactly.
Right.
It's the MS cats, man. That's what it is, man.
They out there bugging. But shout out to the homie Maffy, man. Word up. That joint is fire, man. We're gonna keep in rotation, my boy. But yeah, man, we back on In the Loop, man. yakradio.com. We in the building, man. Your boy Ace Boogie right here.
He dive.
We got
It's your boy Jay Jigs. Chunks in the building.
It's Cash Shell Campbell, y'all.
we got a caller.
And we got a caller right now. Know what I mean?
Caller, state your name, where you from?
Yo, I'm Master while born in the loop on the church.
Maffy, what up, baby?
What up, kid?
Yo. Then I do the thing while born.
That track you sent is fire, my G.
Yo, listen, man, don't worry. Our video comes very soon. Probably in a week time.
All right. Keep us in tune with that, man. Definitely, man.
When you lace that joint, man?
Huh?
When did you lace that joint, B? You hopped on that shit real quick, man.
No, I did that shit like 2 days ago or some shit like that. But I was just waiting for it to get mixed and whatnot. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, all right. Yeah, that shit fire, my G.
Yo, much respect, man. Big up, you know what I'm saying? The whole conversation right now, that girl level now on that Cash. Very funny. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, no doubt.
But I just decided to see her. She got some real factual stuff. I'm going to take the whole show right now. Big up myself. It's not easy.
No doubt. Yo, you got a question for our lovely guest up in here, man?
Yeah?
You got a question for our lovely guest in here?
Yeah, man. If they keep that girl up there now, come on.
No doubt.
Yeah, man. For sure, I'm good, man. Not doing the thing in the loop of the truth, you know. I want to stay things straight.
You know what it is, fam. You know love is love, man.
Malfi gonna check in, you heard?
Yo,
Yeah, and I said, don't worry, you know. By this weekend, I'm more something coming up to me, you know. More deals.
No doubt. Keep us in the loop. B want to ask you something.
Yeah, man.
yo, when you coming back up here to lace another freestyle for us, man?
Yo, man, say, as long as you bring that girl up, that's how she that now come.
Yeah.
Follow her. She on the gram, man. Follow her on Instagram, man. Word up.
Yeah, we did that already.
You did it already? Word up. That's what's up, man. Go look for calling in, Scrap.
You heard?
Yeah, man. No problem, man. Big up on yourself. Straight in the loop.
All right. Yeah. Shout out to the homie Maffy, man, for the check-in, man. Word up. Definitely a friend to the show. Word.
What's up?
I see he digging you, Cash.
All right. Well,
I'm sure she got a lot of followers now, man. You know what I mean?
That's what's up. That's what's up. Now, before you went to break, Michelle,
yes.
the state of hip hop.
Mm.
How do you feel about the direction hip hop is going in right now?
I don't know what direction hip hop is going in. I feel like hip hop is gonna like lose itself very soon if it continues the way it's going right now. And I love hip hop music. Like I grew up on it, you know.
Right.
But I don't know. And I get that, you know, also we're getting older. So, you know, then we become like our shit's not the wave no more. You know, I get that part. But this shit is like ape talk. I don't know what the hell they're talking about. It makes no sense. So I can't call it.
It's crazy, especially like the dudes wearing the jeggings, these tight pants. You know, I was watching the BT Awards the other night. One dude had like a shawl on. You know, you know the shows you see the females wearing. You know the shows y'all wear.
Yeah.
Like in the wintertime, one dude had one of those on with a hood. I'm like, yo, what is going on?
Yeah, it's a lot.
Let me guess, who was that?
I can't remember who it was.
Let me guess. Was it Young Tug? It was one of them dudes, man.
Like, what's going on with these dudes? Chubbs, how you feel about this, Chunk?
I mean,
Come on, man. 90s flow. Come on, man.
to each his own, but you know, I'm sticking to the basics, man. A man supposed to be a man. I mean, I'm not wearing no tight jeans. I'm not doing none of that. So,
Right.
I mean, if that's what they want to rock, that's what they rock.
I mean, you can wear your jeans fit. It's different from being fitted and tight. Where
Word.
they hugging your fucking thighs. You know what I mean? And your ass look like you got a biscuit up your ass, man. There's a difference.
Everybody want to be fashionably loud now, so
And then you got the audacity to have them shit sagging.
Exactly.
You know damn well, she's as tight as hell.
Yo, and I fucked with this dude, man.
Yeah.
Bobby Smurda.
Oh, man.
Come on, man. In the video,
Man, Lord,
and Smurda, I don't want to bring it to you, son, but you dead wrong, fam. You in the video with the sweatpants on, them shit's tight as hell, and you sagging them shits. Come on,
Them
son.
Jones started that bullshit, man.
That's that new wave for these youngsters, man.
What?
This shit is fucking despicable, man.
That's that new wave for them, man.
It's like they can't win because on one end they can't keep the pants up, and then on the other end the shit is so tight they can't take the shit down. Like
It's crazy. I'm like, yo, how you feel about that, Scrap? Like when you see a dude like Bobby Smurda, a New Yorker, you know what I mean, from Brooklyn. Yeah, from BK.
Flatbush and all that.
I mean, they want to show off the belts. I guess it's a WWF thing.
The Intercontinental belt, the heavyweight. Yeah, these cats is wilding. But you know, you seen the homie Troy Ave, New Yorker, man, in the cypher. He had the jersey on, the Yankee jersey, the sweatpants. You know what I mean?
He kept it official.
He kept it 100.
Yeah, he kept it official.
Troy Ave kept it 100. He was real New York up there. And I feel like they didn't really respect Troy Ave in the cypher. Like when when Troy Ave came to the mic, they didn't go crazy when Troy Ave came to the mic. These other corny cats came to the mic, the crowd going crazy. It's like they weren't paying homage to Troy Ave. I wasn't feeling that, man.
because what's corny is cool now, and what's cool is corny. That's all that is.
Yeah,
Everything is flipped around.
Damn shame, man.
Yeah.
too much fuckery going on, man.
Mhm.
Well, you got to look at it like this, man. I mean, we live in the culture right now. Culture right now, but biting is official.
Yeah.
We grew up in the era where if a nigga in your school had the same sneakers as you, was like, man, I ain't fucking with them sneakers.
Exactly.
I need to get me a different color.
Man.
I need to get me a different type of something. So, you know, we grew up in the era where everybody was trying to be different. When you look at the golden era of New York and stuff like that, everybody was trying to be different. You got, you know, De La Soul, different from Rakim.
Yeah.
All these people from the same area. You got, you know what I mean, LL Cool J.
Right.
He different from Run DMC.
Mhm.
Everybody different.
Right.
Nowadays, it's like everybody trying to catch that same wave and do the same exact thing.
No individuality.
And it's crazy because not even that, like I even see dudes like not around my way, but dudes, you know, other cats in Hempstead, like these dudes, they hang out, they clicked up together. All these cats wearing the same sneakers.
Yeah, that's some BS,
They
man.
don't, that should never happen. Like, man, listen,
You couldn't even come out.
Exactly. exactly. Everybody, I mean, it's like 8, 9 of them. They all got the same Jordans on, same color, same fitted. I'm like, word. Obviously, they're younger. They're not our age. They're younger cats. But I'm like,
They
damn.
don't
I'm
know
like,
the rules to
really?
the game.
Man, you could never would do no shit like that, man.
We all had to have different colors. If I had the same, I wouldn't even get the same jeans as you.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
You're right,
It's
man.
a different time, man.
Definitely a different time, man. That shit
So-
ain't cool.
You know, because you know, talking about classic hip hop.
Yes.
What's your favorite hip hop album of all time?
Little Kim Hardcore.
Oh,
Yeah, forever.
Yeah.
She
Definitely a classic.
My God.
classic, yeah.
Yeah. That album.
Pay homage. Come on, man.
Yeah, and look, that album is
That was
tough.
a classic, B.
It's a tough album, man.
I mean, you know, it was probably co-written by Biggie, but
That's fine. She
it was definitely official.
She gave it heart.
All right.
411, she gave it heart. Like all that.
So right now, so who you fucking with? Who you like, Nicki or Kim?
I like Nicki.
You like
I
Nicki?
think, I
Okay.
think she's cute. She's doing her thing.
Very animated.
She's doing her thing. And I mean, Kim is like it's an old school thing. I do think Kim needs to have a seat.
Okay,
and all
I think
that.
so too.
She's a legend. Like you don't
I
got to
think
do
so,
all
too.
of that. But I like her a lot. I like
Looking for a wig.
Nicki. Yeah, but I love Kim. She did something. You know what I'm saying? In her own way. Like Salt and Pepper, love them too. But they did what they could do for that moment.
Right.
And then Kim came and took the shit a whole nother level. Like, what other female rapper was out there being that perversive? Like, I mean, you had Roxanne Shante, the
But
real
not, she ain't put it
Roxanne.
down like
But
Kim.
not,
though.
no, I mean,
Right.
but the time wouldn't permit it either. You know
Right,
what I'm
that's
saying?
true.
So for the time, and even then in the 90s, that still was pushing it. But she did it, and I applaud anybody who breaks ground like that. Like,
What's your favorite album, man?
I got two favorite albums, man.
What's
I got Illmatic Nas and I
Okay.
got
Facts.
Infamous Mobb Deep.
Okay.
Facts.
He stated that already. So let me ask you something, man. Like, you know, obviously, they say art, it basically tells you more about the person interpreting it than the person creating it. So, obviously, you was going through something in your life that made you feel that Illmatic was the best album of all hip-hop history. So what were you going through at that time to make you feel like this was hip-hop? This is, you know, what I need to have.
I had a real rough life, but you know, it wasn't about going through really nothing. He was just speaking the truth. I feel that not, yeah, I could relate because you know, I wasn't born with a glass, you know, glass house, silver spoon.
Mhm.
And, you know, we made it happen. Born and raised in Brooklyn.
Mhm.
At the time in the early '80s, you know, crack was around. Mom's was like, you know, she needed a better place to raise her kids. You know, coming from an islander, she had no education. She was just a Haitian refugee, basically came up here. She provided for us. She was a hard worker, and you know, she provided for me and my brothers and sisters. I was the youngest. I was going through other stuff, but I just feel like Nas he was looking out his window and then showing everybody what he was seeing on an everyday basis. You
So
know?
what part,
I feel you.
so what part of Brooklyn you grew up in?
I grew up in where the Bobby Shmurda dudes from, you know what I'm saying?
What's that,
In the
Flatbush?
90s. Well, I call it East New York. I was
Okay.
East 95th, Rutland,
Mhm.
between Rutland and Winthrop. But you know, then we moved out to Queens. A lot of tragic stuff happened to me and my family, but you know, we kept it going. I had a strong mother, so I just feel like Nas was just showing his vision
Yeah.
and where he was coming from, and I respect it. And I feel that he gave it 100%, and nobody was sounding like him.
Mhm.
And that's why when everybody always bring up Jay-Z and Nas, I'm like, okay, if you really want to go that way, I can't compare them to, because Nas was just in a different lane and Hov was more into the flossing, you
Right.
know,
Mhm.
and all that street life too. But I just feel like Nas was just more real with it.
Yeah.
That's why I said, to me, that's the
Poetic, too.
best. Yeah.
And shout out to all my Haitian people out there, man. Haitians get a bad reputation, but at the same time, a Haitian woman will hold you down. I tell you that right now, man. It will hold you down. They get raised off top to take care of their men. So they talk about a lot of stuff about Haitian people, but trust me, a Haitian woman will hold you down.
Definitely shout out to
Yeah.
Jason, man.
And you talk about the Brooklyn in that era. Biggie definitely grew up. He's Jamaican, of course. You great Biggie in the whole Brooklyn era.
To me, I feel Big is better than Hov, but you know,
I think
to each his own. But I feel Biggie was definitely top. To me, he's second to my
Okay.
list.
So Nas number one.
Of course.
Okay.
Shah, what you think about that? Nas being number one.
Yeah, I could go with that. I'm a big Nas fan. I could definitely go with that. Biggie, you know what it is? I feel like these brothers have a similarity, yes, in the genre, but they say different things, and the way they do it is their confidence comes through differently, and it's so dope. But I definitely would say Nas, Biggie. and of course the dearly departed Tupac.
Okay.
That's I
Shout out to
think
Pac.
Pac might be my number one.
She keep bigging up Tupac.
Yeah, I
man.
know, right?
You know, I'm a big Tupac supporter
Pac is
myself,
mine.
right? You
Like,
know that.
Come on, man. Like that's
All right, so what's your
It'll never
favorite
be.
Tupac album?
Machiavelli.
You would say Machiavelli?
Yeah,
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
Cool.
it's one of my faves. One of my faves.
Yeah,
He's
shout
dope.
out to Pop, man. Pop was that dude, man. He had a Records Cola on the first show talking
Yeah,
about Pop,
oh,
man.
man. Shout out to
A
Far
reckless
Rockaway.
caller, you said?
Yeah,
Shout
Records
out to
Cola.
Far Rockaway. It was going hard on Pop.
Yeah, some Captain Far Rock. He's going hard to about Pop overrated.
Yeah, I feel that way too.
So you feel like that?
Yeah. I mean, I just have a little beef with Pac because I feel like he's from New York and he let us down, man.
He moved around a lot.
Yeah, but
Exactly.
He wasn't. I mean, what you gonna do? Were you born in Haiti?
No.
Oh, okay. People move around. He was in New York. You see, I'm going hard. He was in New York. Then he went to Baltimore. He got raised up a bit, and then he moved to Cali. What you gonna do? And he probably felt betrayed by New York anyway.
Thank you. I was just about to say that.
No.
He did. He felt betrayed by New York because he felt
Sure he did.
that. All right, you calling yourself the king of New York? Biggie and all these cats, and something happened in New York. Let's say, you say you from Queens, right?
Well, I was born in Brooklyn.
All right, let's say,
Oh.
okay. Let's say I'm in Brooklyn. All right, matter of fact, I'm gonna use it in Hempstead. Listen, because we from Hempstead.
Mhm.
Let's say a cat that I invite to Hempstead, and I'm like, yo, come through. We chilling. And he come up to come chill with me, and he gets shot while in Hempstead.
Mhm.
And then I say, I don't know the niggas who did it to you,
Mm-hmm.
and there's nothing I can do
Mm-hmm.
to the niggas that did it to you.
Don't sound right.
How would you feel about that, knowing that you from Hempstead and you already claiming you from the king of Hempstead?
Nah, because I gotta defer on that because that didn't happen in Brooklyn. It was in Manhattan.
Oh, now
Nah.
really?
I mean,
I don't give
really?
a fuck. Say nigga
Nah,
in
but
Hempstead.
you can't really say Biggie invited him. Pac was just in New York, being in New York. Biggie didn't know he was there.
Yeah, he did know he was
didn't
there.
know
He was coming to their studio session.
But afterwards, I think.
Nah, afterwards,
No,
before
he
you
didn't.
didn't
I think initially he went to go record.
No, because Lil C's came down.
And
And
said, yeah,
Lil
said
C's
Pac
came
is there.
down to come get him. Exactly.
Yeah, but
Lil
he
C's
didn't.
came down to get him.
It's not like
No, but I
they
think
told him to come to
initially-
the studio.
Regardless, if them niggas was holding it down like they claimed they was in Brooklyn, in New York, like they was claiming it, I don't give a fuck. If something happened in Long Island, and I invited niggas to Long Island, I don't care if you in Central Islip, I don't care if you in Uniondale, I don't care if you in Roosevelt. I'm gonna find out what happened, and something gonna happen.
Yeah.
If something gonna happen,
Yeah,
if
for
Of
sure.
course,
thank you.
I feel you on
Now,
that.
what
Biggie
but-
and them didn't hold it down like that. So
But-
of course Pop gonna feel like that.
Nah, but I didn't.
Has something to do with it?
I don't think that had nothing to do with it, but don't claim you the king of the city like that if you don't got it like that. That's like if something happened, let's say somebody invite you to Philly to come chill with them,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
Something happened in Philly when you with them. What would you expect?
Hold me down.
Thank you. What Biggie and them do?
Yeah, but Biggie didn't invite Pac to New York.
Right. And yeah, that's
They were
true.
people, son.
Yeah, but you said it like Big said, come to
to,
New York
yeah.
and I'm having a session with you. That's not what went
Yeah,
down,
I
fam.
understand what you're saying.
I
he
understand what you're
came to
saying,
New York.
man. Yeah,
And he was basically gonna be at the same place where Biggie was.
Yeah.
So they would just happen to be the same place at the same time.
Yeah.
So it's not like Biggie called him up and was like, yo, I got a studio session for you. That's why I'm saying, nah, I feel like you're wrong on that because you feel like Biggie invited him to the session. He didn't.
I feel you.
He was just there at the wrong time.
Yes.
But I don't feel like you could put that on Big because he the king of New York. Stuff happens anywhere you go.
Yeah.
So you can't help. I can't be accountable if I tell you, all right, come through. If something happened, of course I'm gonna hold you down, but you can't put that on me. If somebody want to come test you, you can't put that on me. That's why I feel like
but
nah.
you have hard feelings that the person that invited you to that.
Of course, yeah.
Or
I
not
feel
invited,
away.
I'm sorry, that you was going to visit.
Yeah.
And they claim that they the king of that city. Let me ask you this. Also, we seen a situation when Biggie went to San Francisco.
Yeah.
And we all heard that story about what happened with him at E40.
Yeah.
E40 was like, let the nigga go. That's somebody that got control of their city. He's saying that,
But
he holding down San Francisco like that. And he
he
showed
from the Bay.
Yeah.
Nah, he from the Bay.
Nah, you fucking-
But you-
man.
I can't really say that because, like I said, this is New York City. Like, ain't
Different-
nobody
different
really holding.
mentality.
Yeah, ain't nobody really holding down New
In New
York
York,
City.
New York is different because
Yeah.
Biggie, he didn't hold weight in the Bronx. Like he can't go to the Bronx and
Right.
he gotta get a pass to come through there. New York is different from every other state. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Biggie, he can't go to Queensbridge and Pac got beat cats on the bridge. they might get it bigger too. Like, yo, you ain't from over here. So New York is kind of different. You know what I mean?
I just want to point out how much excitement my man Pac brings. You see that? And that's why
I
he's
know,
number one.
Jay.
You saw all that excitement?
That's a
You know,
fact, though.
That's all.
I mean, so New York is different. You know, just like
I mean, he was the king of BK, pretty much.
Brooklyn,
You know
right?
what I mean?
He's part of Brooklyn, not all parts of Brooklyn. He probably can go to Coney Island. You know what I mean? Like, you know, so-
No. At that time, he had the whole
You think he
BK on
go to Coney
Smash.
Island and
Why not? He had the whole BK on Smash.
No, not the whole BK. His side, he had
It's too hard to have the
Brownsville.
whole-
Smash,
the whole
right?
best style.
Best style, right? Not Brownsville, best style, but not Coney Island,
Not Brownsville.
Nah,
Brighton Beach.
Yeah, Brooklyn is different. Everywhere is different in New
New
York.
York is different. It's a
Just
different
like-
animal.
Like North Side don't mess with South Side.
Right, exactly.
So you can't really. That's why I really can't really say. You know, ain't nobody really holding down New York.
Right.
It is just what it
That's
is.
true.
If somebody hungry, they
You're
gonna touch
definitely
me.
a different type of animal.
Different
about that.
animal. Different animal. You know, but
I mean, this is a conversation that's always going to get us going, man.
Never gonna
You
stop.
know what I mean, never going to stop.
yeah, it's crazy. But you know, we still got the lovely Miss Cashel in. We're gonna wrap it up in a few minutes, but we still got a little bit more we want to get into with the lovely Miss Cashel. You listen to us right now on In the Loop on yakradio.com. Miss Cashel,
Yes, sir.
you know, being that you all into the spirits and you know, the chemistry, you know,
Yeah, right.
everything flowing nice and love.
Uh-huh.
We need to know your worst sexual experience
Mhm.
and your best sexual experience.
All right, let's see. I think the best. Let's start with the worst and get that out the way.
Okay.
I'm not even going to talk about the worst, but I'm going to take a spin off the worst and say to the fellas out there, please buy condoms that are your size. Stop disillusioning yourself that you wear magnums. Your dick doesn't fit it. Okay. When you're sitting in the car with a guy and you know, and he's like, yo, Ma, let me stop at the store real quick. And you're like, oh, okay, then. All right. And then you're like, okay, that package she's coming out with. And then you see that black box with the shiny gold letters. You get excited. You're like, oh my God. All right, good. It's going to be good. It's going to be good. And then it's not. You know what I'm saying? Because it don't fit. Please stick. Magnum is not synonymous with black men. That doesn't mean buy magnums. That means you should buy the condoms that fit your dick.
Okay.
So that's a spin on the worst. And the best I would say would be someone that I was involved with for a long period of time, and we were involved in tantric sex. And tantric sex is like spiritual sex. It is the essence of what sex is, period, if you allow yourself to be that open with someone. And every time with him was great. Always. It was always a beautiful
Never a dull
experience. Never.
Yeah.
Not one time.
Every single time.
Every single time. All of them. I could probably count on like one hand. Like, you know, sometimes you might be out of sync with the person, so the shit ain't right. I can count that on one hand, you know, over a matter of time. But otherwise, it was always a good time. Always fortifying. And I think it's important as a woman to, you know, if you're going to be involved with someone and you're going to be physical, you want to get up from the bed feeling better than you did when you lay down. And that's a very important thing.
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, you said you like to develop a spiritual feeling with somebody.
Yeah.
A spiritual connection.
Right.
You know, also a physical connection
Mm-hmm.
and everything. And you feel like once you develop that, then everything is basically going to lead
Yeah.
to the next thing.
Absolutely. I mean, and it's cool. And then it makes for, I think people get like disillusioned again with relationships. Like things are always supposed to be rosy, and you're supposed to go through things, and you know, with respect, obviously. But it's nice when you have someone that you can be close and cool with in more than one way. You know, like play fight and water fights and shit, and that can lead into like a sexual situation. You know, so I think anytime you can just be yourself and then also be sexually free, no inhibitions, no judgments. You know, it's a beautiful thing.
Yeah. Would you ever consider having a threesome with your man, or just on some wild fun? Would you ever have a threesome?
I'm not having a threesome with my man. No,
Okay.
No other woman's coming in my bed. Like I come in my bed. That's it. I'm territorial.
That's a good model.
And a lot of women are too. They may not say it, but nah, you know, sometimes you got to mark your territory. Sometimes you got to rub yourself on your own shit. Like,
Now,
no.
would you
only
ever
one.
disrespect your man? I think it's disrespectful.
Mm.
And want to bring another man to the situation, like,
I mean, I'm gonna keep it G.
oh, wow.
The answer to that is no. Right? Okay.
All right.
But you know, the good thing about fantasies is people can't fuck that up for you. You know what I'm saying? So whatever you think about in your mind is your business. You know what I'm saying? I think a good amount of women, myself included, tend to think about having more than one man at a time. But it's a fantasy.
Yeah.
That's where it's gonna stay. Yeah, it's not that. Go on the porn sites, look up some shit. I'm trying to tell you.
So, all right.
I ain't trying to
You
sport
see-
fight, man.
You see,
Sport fight.
you make it seem like you're very free sexually.
I'm very free-minded sexually.
Okay. So,
Yeah.
all right. If we,
And I'm glad you said that, because an underdeveloped mind would hear me speak and think that I'm fucking all the time and fucking whoever. And that is not the story.
State that.
I am very free with my mind and my spirit, and I'm very versed in this. Not because I only experience or read sexuality. I read about this shit. I'm getting my master's in dance movement therapy, and then I want to get licensed as a sex therapist also. Like, I'm into this. You know what I mean? So let's not get that misconstrued. I'm not out here popping off. I'm just, I'm open-minded.
So, have you ever, but you're one of your ex-boyfriends,
Right.
have you ever filmed yourself on tape?
Yeah,
Yeah.
of course.
Okay.
Yeah, but you know what happens with that, right?
What happens?
Females, listen close. You always keep the footage. You tape it on your shit, and you keep it. Because I've hung out with guys who have the footage on other chicks, and it's it's foul. Like,
Yeah.
talk about digging in the crates. Like, now you always keep that footage.
Oh, okay.
Always. Don't let them do it to you.
So it'll never get leaked. We ain't gonna have another
Nah.
Nico and
No.
Mimi situation. Or
And
another-
if something like that were to ever happen to me, then it would have been unbeknownst to me, like somebody being a creep. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And because you got some creeps out here too.
Oh, most
Yeah,
definitely.
you got a lot of creeps out here.
Most definitely.
But to my own, volition, my own in a relationship, yeah, of course. I mean, it's fun. Who doesn't do? I'm sure y'all have done that, right?
No.
Oh, Chunks.
with a name like Chunks, trust me, man. Something out there with you, man.
Come on now, DJ.
Not at all.
I'm definitely gonna have to come back. What we really need to talk about is how do you all get y'all fantasies into reality with the women in your lives. That's what we really should be talking about. Because that's the action right there. Like, that's what you want, the action. I'm doing my part. I'm teaching the classes and shaking my hips and shit. But we're gonna have to get y'all elevated.
I feel communication is the key. If you like
Absolutely.
something, man, you might as well tell your girl that.
Absolutely.
If you don't, you're gonna cheat on her.
Right.
And chances are you're not gonna be happy. It's
She's gonna cheat on you.
Well, I mean, I'm just talking about you in general.
Oh.
You gotta tell your girl, or you gotta tell the person that you having sexual relationships with what you like, man. If she don't know, who's that up to? That's on you.
Definitely.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Ain't nothing to be ashamed about. Just
Just do it,
Hey,
right?
you like it, you like it. You know what I mean? Be who you are, man.
I agree. I agree
Too many
with that.
people out there fronting, putting on a mask.
I think being open-minded is really important. Because listen, you might come across a woman who's just into some things. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? She's into some things, and it's not fun when you can't play.
Absolutely.
Especially if you're talking about being committed. Like, now you want to commit me to this shit? I really feel committed.
Right?
Most definitely. Before we wrap it up, any shout outs you want to give out all your handles on Facebook,
I
Twitter,
definitely-
Instagram,
I want to shout out to
email.
everybody who supports what I do and who supports me and my movement of positivity and self-love and sexual freedom. My Instagram is Cashel Campbell. That's
Right.
one of them. CASHELCAMPBELL. That's at Cashel Campbell. That is for belly dancing and my everyday life, burlesque and pole art. Also, pinup modeling. That's going to be at Ms. Nina Maneater. That's at MIZZMEANA_Maneater, and that's on Instagram and on Tumblr. On Facebook as Cashel Campbell. My website is cashelcampbell.com. I'm on Twitter too, but honestly, I don't know how to use the shit. So it's just there.
Oh,
Kill him. Yeah, kill him. But link me, hit me up. Let's chat, let's talk, let's build. Ladies, if you're out there and you want to get closer to yourself so that you can learn how to be closer to someone else, true intimacy, please feel free to hit me up. And I'm offering classes right now throughout Queens, Laurelton, Queens Village, Bayside, and Rochdale Village. And I have a show next month, a burlesque show called Thick, which is going to be crazy. It's all thick chicks doing striptease at the Wild Cafe Theater in New York City on November the 6th. It's a Thursday from 9 to 11. Tickets are $15 in advance. Hit me up for information.
Well, definitely heard it. The lovely Miss Cashel.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Thank you
all
for coming
sure know
on.
how to make a girl feel like a lady.
My man Chunk, you know what I mean? Let them know what to do,
Not really. I mean, I'm in the social thing, but I don't got no website, nothing like that. So you can just probably hit me up on the Instagram, RIP my man Stack Bundles, or RIP Stack Bundles, RS. But I'm gonna probably go back to Haiti _Chunks. That's my original IG. So that's about it. I want to thank you fellas for having me.
No
doubt.
It's definitely a good show, and I enjoy it. And I'll definitely be in the loop.
No doubt. You're always welcome.
Shout out to In the Loop.
Y'all friends to the show now. You know, you're always welcome to come back. Love is love this way, you know. Thank y'all for coming on.
And congrats to y'all for what you're doing. It's positive and dope.
You're welcome.
No doubt.
You're welcome. We're gonna make it pop. You know, shout out to Yak Radio.
RP Stack Bundles too.
Yeah, RP Stack, you know, he was that dude.
Held it down for Queens, man.
Oh, yeah, for a rock. Definitely shout out to Stack Bundle. But yeah, man, I hope y'all was entertained. You know, the show definitely was on point tonight.
Yeah, before we go off, man, I want to mention one more thing, man. Listen, that Ebola thing is definitely serious, right? All right? But check it. Don't sound ignorant and say that you want to ban everybody from the continent of Africa. You know how ignorant you sound when you say something stupid like that? Listen, North America is a continent. When you say something crazy like you want to ban people from Africa from basically leaving the continent, you're saying that somebody in North Canada should be banned because somebody in southern Mexico has a disease. Watch yourself. And when you say stuff like that, it brings back memories of when people talk about Africa and they talk about the dark continent and they start bringing things talking about, oh, black people don't got no history. Listen, watch yourself when you say stuff like that, all right? Ebola is bigger than that. It's nothing to do with Africa. It's a section of Africa. Africa is a continent.
That's right.
Watch your mouth, man. Don't be ignorant.
That's right.
Yeah, shout out to T.I. He out there right now in Africa. He on the east side of Africa. He not on the west, but what we call is Ebola is heavy. Shout out to T.I. where they're performing, you know.
Lots of prayers to everyone going through that tragedy in Africa. All the babies, all the families. It's a painful thing to watch and witness. Many prayers to everyone.
So everyone elaborate on that before we bounce, Chunks?
I'm not really in tune with it, so I can't really elaborate. But you know, shout outs and prayers to everybody who's going through that, anything in the world. It's rough out here, man.
No doubt. How about you, Jason? Comment? We let go.
I mean, you know, we had a great show today. I mean, tune in next week, 9/11 on Sundays on yakradio.com. And you can catch the old episodes on SoundCloud. Just put in Yak Radio and just find In the Loop. You heard?
Also, you can also catch us on YouTube.
On YouTube. You know what I mean? On the Google Hangouts. You know what I mean? We on the live stream.
Live stream. You know, this will be posted on YouTube immediately soon the show ends. You know, on In the Loop Radio 2000. So, you know what I mean? Follow us on YouTube or subscribe to us. You know,
No doubt.
check out the videos, all the old archives. You
No
know,
doubt.
we're here, support. You know what I mean? We perform this on this beautiful platform for y'all. So just show love. You know what I mean?
And also, you can download that TuneIn app
Exactly.
on the Apple Store
Or Google Plus.
or Google. What's that shit called?
Play.
On Google Play, man. We don't do Androids, but you know, Google Play or the Apple iTunes App Store, man. Tune in the application. It's free and all that.
You can also shout out to Yak Radio. They got the app on the Google Play. It's not on Apple yet. But shout out to Mac on the Yak Radio app. Download that app. Google Play. Yeah, we about to wrap it up, man. Thank you again, Miss Kishel.
You're welcome. Have a great weekend.
You too. Good luck with my man Chunk coming through.
Yeah, good looking, y'all. Great show.
Anytime, man.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
YakRadio.com.